intermediation by the US to stop that escalation, to ensure that all sides know that it will not tolerate an outbreak of violence, to make sure all sides know it's not in their interests to escalate the violence. It's less of a new chapter and more of a continuation of some of the brutal tactics used by groups who want to keep Syria weak and divided and unstable. We still don't know for sure who carried out the attack, but we're hearing increasingly credible claims that it was carried out by a group called Ansar al-Sunnah. Now, the problem here is that no one really knows who they are. What we do know is that they're a violent jihadist group with at least close affiliation to ISIL, possibly even an ISIL front group. They also took responsibility for the church bombing in June in Damascus. So even if we don't know enough about the organization, what we do know is that they are committed to causing chaos in Syria, and their playbook is to attack minority groups in order to do that, to stir up sectarian tension, to make Syria ungovernable and unstable. It's too early to say, and I don't think at this stage the state is in fact disintegrating, but it is being increasingly challenged. It's being challenged by ISIL, it's being challenged by Ansar al-Sunnah, it's being challenged by Druze groups in the Suwaida region of southwest Syria, and of course by the Kurdish-led SDF's refusal to integrate in eastern Syria. We're likely to see a continuation of low-level escalations by both sides. That's not necessarily something that either side is governing or propelling, and simply a result of the lack of trust by both parties. Damascus, Turkey and the Kurdish-led SDF themselves all know that a confrontation is not in anyone's interest. That would only make Syria less stable. It would only put the US on a collision course with Turkey and other actors, and there's always the potential spectre of Israeli intervention supposedly to defend the Kurds. So no one wants an all-out war between the SDF and Damascus that would drag in other regional actors. The question is, what happens when we inevitably don't get to that deadline of the end of the year for both sides to integrate? That is almost certainly not going to happen, and exactly what then results is an open book at the moment. No one can really tell us. This is the US's worst nightmare, because it would be three allies, Turkey, the SDF and the government in Damascus, fighting each other. Again, possibly if Israel gets involved, that's four US allies fighting each other. So it's the US that needs to be in the driving seat here. What's required is, so all eyes will be on Washington. If the Trump administration looks elsewhere, focused on Ukraine or Gaza, for example, it's the people of Syria that will pay the price.